In this video, we will learn to use conditional formatting to highlight cells. Conditional formatting is special and different than regular formatting because the format of the cell will be based on its value, and as the value in the cell changes, the format can also change. The main idea behind using conditional formatting is to be able to draw attention to certain cells of interest. The basic steps for applying conditional formatting are to make sure that first you have selected the range where you want to apply the formatting to highlight cells. Next, make sure you're selected on the Home tab, and in the Styles section, there's a button for conditional formatting. Within that button, there are many different options for types of rules. You'll need to select the one you would like to use, select the appropriate options for that rule, and then press OK, and the formatting will be applied. In general, the first option for highlighting cells will literally highlight cell with a certain fill color or text color based off of its value, if it's greater than, less than, or between a certain number, or exactly equal to. It can highlight based on text, so if the cell contains a certain word, a certain date, or it can highlight duplicate values. Top-bottom rules are exactly what they sound like. They can highlight the top certain number of items, so the top 20, the top 5, the top 10, or the bottom. They can also do it based on percentages, like top 10%, top 15%, bottom 10%, etc., or above and below average. Data bars make little mini charts inside of the cells that allow you to look at the relationships between ranges by filling up each cell with a bar that corresponds to how big or small the value is. Color scales are also used to highlight relationships where the intensity of the cell will depend on its value. And icon sets do something very similar as color scales, except they use pictures instead of colors to highlight the differences. Within each of these menus, you can go to more rules to build more custom rules. There's also these buttons for adding new custom rules, clearing rules to get rid of them completely, and managing your rules. So that means editing rules that have already been created. To use the clear rules and manage rules tools, you must have selected the range where the conditional formatting applies. The best way to learn about conditional formatting is to actually practice. So we're going to apply some various conditional formatting rules. First, for the amount over or under budget, we're specifically interested in highlighting what type of bills are over budget. So I'm going to select the range from F29 to F39. Then in conditional formatting, I'm going to say highlight cell rules with text that contains over budget in a light red fill with dark red text. There are other options for what you want them to look like in terms of formatting, but we're going to choose the first one because we want everything that's over budget to stand out in that bright red. So we can clearly see that it's electricity, gasoline, and miscellaneous that are the categories we should budget more for in the future. To see how conditional formatting can work based off of values instead of text, we can then highlight the budgeted amounts as well from E29 to 39, and this time choose one of the highlight cell rule options based on a value. We're going to use greater than. Specifically, any amount over budget greater than 0, we're going to put in red text. The reason we're focused on the ones with zeros is anything greater than 0 means that you are over budget. If it's less than 0, it would mean you are under budget. So both of the two conditional formatting rules we applied in column E and F have to do with trying to highlight and make it really pop out which categories you went over budget in so you can budget more for the next time around. To explain a little bit more about what data bars look like, we're going to apply data bars within column D. Data bars are really good for seeing which values are like the lowest and which are the highest, and getting a really quick visual way to compare them instead of having to look at a lot of numbers at the same time. From conditional formatting, I'm going to go to the data bars option, and this time I'm going to select more rules to show you how to build a custom rule. I'm going to use most of the default settings that I want to format them as a data bar, but I'm going to change the fill color to this purple color that I've been using for all my formatting and make sure that there's no border. Then press OK. And as you can see, the categories that you have a lot more spent in, like the mortgage, are filled all the way across the cell, where those with very little spent have only a really small bar. These data bars let you see which categories have the most money and which ones have the least very quickly without having to focus on the individual numbers. And that's what data bars are more useful for. Another way to help you highlight which ones are the biggest and smallest numbers are color scales. So we're going to apply a color scale with green, white to the budget column. First, I select my budgeted values. Then in conditional formatting, I'm going to go to color scales. I said we're going to use the green-white color scale. What the green-white color scale will do, it will highlight numbers that are higher in darker green and the lowest numbers in white. So the lower it is, the more white it is. The higher it is, the darker green it is. This way, you can get an idea for which values are higher and which are lower and which are in the middle just by using color. It's very helpful when you have really large amounts of data too, that the ones that are the highest and lowest will stand out based on their color, so you don't have to search through and look at every single number in as much detail. And then you just click on that option, and the color scale is applied. So we have now looked at data bars, color scales, and using just general highlight cell rules. The other types of rules like top-bottom rules and icon sets work very similarly to the ones that we've already seen, and they really help you to make sense of your data and get meaningful information from it by drawing attention to the most important information.